Hello Virgo, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading. I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they are feeling and thinking towards you currently. So this is for those of you that actually have met someone where there is a little bit of chemistry. And for those of you that had reached out to me, thank you so much for your well wishes. I am feeling much better, and I would say honestly I'm not 100% there yet, but I'm no longer dizzy like I was before. That was pretty bad. Vertigo is not a good thing. It's never a good thing. If I move my head too fast still, I still feel an imbalance, but it's definitely much better than before. At least I can walk now. Before it was even difficult walking. See, most unpredictable thing. I've never been so sick before in my life. Okay. Pop. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. A lot is going on here, Virgo. Wow. A lot of lust. Now keep in mind this is a general love reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone out there. For some of you, if certain parts of this reading, if they do resonate, then that's fine. That is meant for you. If they're not, then it's meant for somebody else right now. Somebody else has to hear that particular message. Holy crappers, people. A whole lot of lust. This entire reading is full of lust. What are you dealing with here? I have to focus on this for a second. Usually I don't. Give me a few, well, you know, give me a few seconds. Just let me just think about this. Okay, I got it. All right. All right, so you have here inspiration. Then you have sexuality, creativity, embracing the shadow. Then you have boundaries, sensuality, rhythms, and pleasure. Okay. So, under the bottom of the deck you have anger and rage. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Virgo, I haven't felt like this in years. So alive, so fresh, so youthful and vibrant. Everything about you makes me feel alive. There's so many things that I've experienced with you that make me feel inspired. You are my inspiration. Your body is my weakness. Your touch is my weakness. Touching you, kissing you, being with you, intimately being with you. I can't help myself. And that is my fuel. My engine needs you. You are that fuel, your body. And it makes me feel alive. I want to create something with you, something that would be long-lasting for the world to see. But I do feel that even if we were to create something, it might not last for a very long time. It might be very fragile. And I understand that my sexual ways might have been a little too much for you. Maybe that's all that was on my mind. I don't disagree. But I do know that me being compulsive, impulsive, and aggressive, I have made you very, very uncomfortable. And there's a lot of awkwardness now that exists between the both of us in this connection. Now, because of this, I have put up boundaries. I have to keep my distance from you, from these lustful feelings that I have for you, which are not healthy. You are so damn sensual. I melt. I am the butter and you are that hot toast, and I melt. I cannot help myself for the love of God. You are so damn hot. And I've never, ever been with anyone like this before. You're amazing. You're out of this world. My heart beats so fast every time I think about you. You're so alluring. Pure temptation. Your skin, your eyes, everything about you. I love squeezing you. And even though I'm trying to keep my distance, somehow, some way, something happens throughout my day, and I feel that I can sense you. It's like I can't stop thinking about you. I end up thinking about you because something reminds me of you. And I miss the pleasure that I have experienced with you. So much pleasure. Physical pleasure, as well as spiritual. But I miss this. And I want to have pleasure from you, and I want to give you pleasure. But that's all on my mind. So much lust that at this point it's unhealthy. This shouldn't be my inspiration. But it is. It's an outlet that makes me see things from a different perspective. It makes me feel good. And I know that I have upset you. And my behavior, my actions, they have made me angry at myself and what I have done. What have I turned this connection into? I'm upset with myself, quite annoyed at my behavior and at my actions. Virgo. Good God. How much sex were you people having? I had to say it. For some of you, oh my gosh. For some of you, the sex was out of this world, and that's great. But what happened is that the focus was only on sex. And that's where things started to break down. This person is addicted to you to the point where it might not be healthy, Virgo. It's not good. In this deck, for me, I have 3 cards that talk about lust, lustful feelings. And I interpret these cards very differently than the original booklet that came with it. But imagine this, you have all 3 cards: sexuality, sensuality, and pleasure, right? So this is a whole lot of sex. A lot is going on here, and somebody had to make and put down some boundaries. This is not you. Some of you might have, but this is also this person. And it's also because things have become so awkward between the both of you. It's like every time you meet up, it might just only be for physical pleasure, intimacy. But that's not what you want. You want something beyond that. And that is what this person is now angry at themselves. But why are they angry? They're not actually regretting anything right now. I don't see that in any cards. But what they're doing is they're realizing that if they had kept their distance a little bit, they still would have been able to be with you. But because they have not kept their distance, because they kept taking and taking and taking, now eventually that relationship went sour, and so now there's distance. So if this person played their cards right, they would have still been with you at some point. But because they really messed up lustfully, they just kept taking. And so eventually somebody here was going to react in a not so, positive way. Like, there's some people that, yes, they're only in a connection because of physical intimacy. But this is not the case here. This person started to realize that you are someone who wanted emotions and a spiritual connection. And they could not provide that to you. And now they realize that all I have to do is just take a step back. But are they regretting anything right now? I don't see that. Not right now. They simply know that what they did was wrong, and they're just taking a step back because it's made you feel awkward. Virgo, that's a very powerful message, guys. I could feel it. Like my heart started beating kind of fast during the reading. And it was because this person has never really met anybody like you. There's something special about you when you are intimate with this person. And it's like they're addicted to you. My goodness. That's pretty intense. Let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. I'm going to see what was one of the main issues that caused the problem in the first place. The distance that has been there. So something clearly caused the issue. There's another card that popped out here. The King of Arrows. Two cards came out. Ah, there you go. Right there. Yep, 3 of Cups. All right, 7 of Coins. So let's have a look at the 7 of Coins. 7 of Coins here talks about the individual that you were with at the time was feeling very impatient. They were insecure about whether the reward received for the work rendered will be worth it. So this was them actually being a little bit selfish. They had invested in you. Now, who knows what they invested in you? Did they invest love? Did they invest emotion? Money? What did they invest in you? Did they give you their time? Because they gave it to you only with the expectation that you will deliver to them in kind, meaning no matter what they did for you, you would take your clothes off for them. I'm sorry, that's the way I see this particular reading. No matter what they did for you, sex on demand. That's kind of like what it was. And this is messed up. This is not a healthy connection. You see, this person needs to pay for someone, right? This is what they want. You're not that type of person. Maybe some of you are, and that's fine. But the issue here is that if this person really wanted you only in a sexual way, then it damn well needs to be clear between the both of you that this is only and only a sexual connection, and that's it. It cannot be anything related to emotions. What this person was expecting from you was to control you and to turn you into what they wanted you to be. That's what they were doing. And they were giving you certain things, either emotional, like lies. This would be lies. They're giving you certain things only with the expectation of receiving something from you. Now, sometimes that's okay, but sometimes that's also a bit selfish. We need to be selfless when we're loving someone. I don't see love here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. But some of you have gone through this. Not all of you. This is not going to resonate for everyone out there. There's a very specific message for a few of you out there. Some of you have gone through a lot of sexual manipulation. And it's really hard on you. And the person that you're dealing with is officially upset with themselves also. So that's good. They're not happy with what happened. But why are they not happy? Because they did not get what they were expecting from you. They did not get it. That's why they're not happy. Are they regretting it? I don't see that yet. I still have to see a card yet that says that. So let's have a look at the King of Arrows. The King of Arrows. This person, was placing too much of their trust on their intellect and being too critical about the connection because they were emotionally detached. There you go. Emotionally detached. Three of Cups. With the Three of Cups, we have here also, in addition to all the nonsense this person was conducting, they were also overindulging in sex with women or with men, with drinking, narcotics. It could be anything, but they were overindulging in unhealthy things. Here we also have procrastination. They knew that they had to speak to you about what they were feeling like and where they think this relationship should be headed, but they kept on procrastinating, and that is a problem. That's a problem because they were dodging the bullet, not wanting to face the inevitable. Here we also have a celebration involving women and having feasts. So, having feasts. This basically means partying. Okay, so this person was honestly, like someone who just wants to live for today. Honestly, this is not somebody that's a long-term committed type of person. And this is just for a few of you. Okay, so this is not going to resonate for everybody. But the person that I'm connecting with right now, this individual, is someone who you could just say is footloose and collar free. They don't want to be responsible for anything. They are not reliable. They're inconsistent. They were not exactly what you thought. And some of you might have thought you could maybe change this individual, or maybe they might change because of the love that you give them. Nope, that didn't happen either. That's a very different type of reading. I think that's one of the most intense, like, sexual kind of readings I've done, and it's kind of ridiculous because the person has no remorse. It's like they're wired like this. They're just wired like this. And the fact that sex is an inspiration for them, that's great. But for inspiration comes from the soul. And when you have any type of inspiration, the soul is connected to God and the divine, right? So if somebody does receive inspiration, it's usually a divine inspiration. So this is what's weird, that they got their wires crossed. They're thinking that sex somehow inspires them. However, it may be helpful for them, but it's not helpful for you because it's bringing you down while it's inspiring them. This is kind of like like a dark energy, like a vampire, what they call, like a person who acts like a vampire, just sucking your energy dry. Not a real vampire. Well, I mean, are there real vampires? But this person has been utilizing your good energy and taking that good energy to their advantage. So here we have the Fool card. Now keep in mind, Virgo, this person is literally addicted to your body, okay? So they do want to take a leap of faith and be with you. But the problem with a leap of faith card, this is a Fool card. Leap of faith also talks about taking action first and thinking later, which means that if they made a mistake, if they make a mistake in quickly coming back into your life and not really apologizing or understanding what they've done wrong, they will repeat the same mistake again. Okay, you have a variety of strange cards here. So they do want to take a leap of faith with you. There's no doubt about that. They want you back in bed. Here we also have the Six of Pentacles. Yes, they want to woo you. They want to take you out to dinner. They've also made some type of a decision. But there's certain things about this connection that they don't want to address. They do not want to address your heart, your emotions, your spiritual side. They're keeping closed. There are external energies and forces that are holding this person down. Closed hands, closed eyes, everything's closed. Surrounded by swords. We have the Eight of Swords here. So they don't want to see anything. They don't want to hear anything. They are restricted. They are bound. Because they're wired like this, I'm sorry to say. And what do they want to do? They do want to apologize to you. They do want to do this. A small portion of them is starting to feel that's like this big giant cave, okay? It's a huge cave. And somebody has this giant drill, and the drill has gone through this cave out to the other end into the sunlight. That is your tunnel. So that tunnel of hope, it's not actually a tunnel right now. With this page, all you can see is this tiny little light. You have gotten through to them emotionally, yes, but it is very, very tiny. It's not 100% the way you would want it to be. This person does want to say sorry, but I do not see them regretting anything. They don't think that anything that they did was wrong. They believe what they did was right, and what they're doing is they're blocking themselves from thinking the way that you do. Why do they do this? Because they do not want to become emotionally involved, because it may break their heart. So they only stay with the physical aspect. This person has been hurt before. Either they have been hurt, or their parents were hurt, or their loved ones, emotionally. And this person is doing the same thing to you. The problem is that part of them is very, very deep. And they can only talk to somebody else about that. They can talk to you, but the dynamic between you and them is different right now. But here we have a person who has been hurt before, and for this reason, it almost seems as if this is why they keep their distance. They are sick and tired of this situation. Eight of Cups, they want to move on to bigger and better things. They don't want to be in the connection the way they have been. So they want to move on and change things. They also want to retreat and contemplate and think about all that has happened. All right, we have here Doreen Virtue's Archangel Answer cards. Ooh, just going to do a quick prayer. We have here meditation brings answers. So for some of you, you may want to just simply meditate or pray. This is the Christ consciousness. Behind Christ we have his Father, all the Almighty. And we have here within the next few months, so you do have a timeline. Now keep in mind time is fluid. This is a reading, right? A general reading. So within the next few months or the next year, you might notice a difference in this person, and they're going to realize that this is a spiritual romance. You have literally bursted their bubble into what a spiritual connection really is. This is in the far future, Virgo. Keep in mind, they're not even thinking like this right now. There you go. A year from now. Like I mentioned, a year from now. This is going to take them some time. There's no need to worry. Even if this person seems a little out of balance sometimes. Be assertive. So let them know, honestly, physically, what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. They're giving you a choice. It's up to you. So this is the card that comes out when I do tell people that your life is like a tree. It's like branches. Every branch is a different reality. And if you don't want to stay on one branch, you can definitely change to another branch and jump because there's something better. So there's two things here. For those of you that want to move on, definitely don't look back and you can move on because there will be something better. On another branch, there will be another reality. Here, they are giving you the choice. It's up to you. If you think that this is as good as it's going to get, no. For those of you that want to stay in this connection and wait for a year or more, you can stay because there will be something better than what you are experiencing with this person right now, romantically. It is going to work out in the end, but it's going to take a very long time for them to come to the realization of what they've truly lost. Try to keep your distance from this person, Virgo, because that's what will reel them in. Try not to contact them until they contact you. All right, guys. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your respective situations. This was a very tough reading, and I know it's not going to resonate with everyone, but for those of you that may feel that there's more of a physical connection rather than an emotional and spiritual, try to keep healthy boundaries because that's what this person is now trying to do. And it's okay. We all make mistakes. Just reset everything. This person is trying to reboot this connection. Eventually, it seems as if things are going to work out. All right, Virgo. Thank you once again for tuning in, and I will see you guys again. Take care and stay safe. Bye now.